Welcome back to Ohio and Company. The rest of our show today is dedicated to combating the office blahs. Now we're going to take you to a space that will spark creativity in your workforce. That's just ahead. And now say goodbye to boring meetings. Our next guest says he is sick of suffering in silence during PowerPoint-laden meetings that drag on forever. Jon Petz's new book is called Boring Meetings Suck. Get more out of your meetings or get out of more meetings. And the book teaches employees how to be dynamic presenters and how you can get out of poorly organized gatherings at work. Jon, that is a mouthful.
It is, but it needs to be said, and someone has to say it. So
that's right. You know, we know that you are a national speaker, motivational speaker. We know that you're an incredible magician, but how did you become an author? Why did you want to write this book?
How and why? Well, I mean, you mentioned that, but a lot of people don't know. I had a real job, as I say. I have spent days upon days upon days in god-awful boring meetings. And it's like you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. And even back then, I had done effective meeting workshops for the company, which kind of became the first movement of the boring meetings suck idea. But from that point, I mean, I had to get something down on paper that I think can really help people, because we've made every kind of technological advance in this world, yet meetings, they still suck because people don't know what to do.
That's right. I'm glad you're here to help everybody. Now, this is from the book. I love this quote. Too many meetings drone on like some sort of soul-crushing, walking dead zombie, robbing workplaces of joy, productivity, and time. That's about it.
Well, you summed it up. Thank you very much for coming.
You wrote it. I love that idea because we've all been there, just saying, when is this going to end? They don't start on time. The person is boring. So your book fixes all this?
Well, it even takes on a new premise and a new movement, I'll even say. It empowers the attendees, meaning even if you're not the facilitator, I want to give you ideas to either get the meeting back on track or find ways to get the heck out, honestly.
Get out of a meeting? How do you do that and not get fired?
Ooh, good question. There's lots of great how-tos in the book on how to do that. I mean, from simple things. If you show up in a meeting on time, it starts at 10 o'clock, and no one's there at 10:05, take your business card right on the back and say, listen, it's Jon, text me when you're ready. I'm assuming it was canceled. Leave it there and go. You know, if the facilitator isn't going to be on time, don't waste my time. I'm not going to show up.
Brilliant. And you also have the attitude of get in and get it done meetings. How do I do that if I'm going to be the presenter?
I mean, I think so often people get in and literally things will drone on and on and on. A great way that I love to talk about, there's multiple, it's referenced in the book, but the 2 and out. Project meetings, sales meetings, each person has 2 minutes. Absolutely no more. You've got 2 minutes to state your case. Q&A can follow for 1 minute if necessary. You get prizes for doing it in less than 2 minutes, but it teaches people to share their thoughts in a very quick fashion, succinct fashion.
That makes them focus and really think about it ahead of time, so you're not wasting everybody else's time, right?
People love it, yes.
I love that. Now, one of the things you talk about, you just mentioned being on time. Mm-hmm. How can you do that? You are a magician if you think meetings are going to start on time, because most of the world it does not. Now, I've heard of people saying the meeting's going to start at 9:03. Then I know they're serious, you know, that kind of thing. But how do we get those meetings to start on time?
That's actually one great way of doing it right there, because it makes people think twice. Really, is it going to be at 9:03? One thing that I like to talk about is social time. You know, you're accustomed to showing up at maybe 9:03, and it really gets started at 9:10. So start your meeting at 8:50. with coffee, bagel, social time, and at 9 it starts. But the key thing being, you have to start at 9. And especially if you're starting a new series of meetings, that's when it's going to work the best. If you try to all of a sudden just start your meeting absolutely on time, there's going to be a little bit of learning curve, but give them social time is what I call it. Let them know, 10 minutes, because that camaraderie of that team is very important, undoubtedly. But start that meeting on time.
You talk a lot about PowerPoint. I think people just think that you have to have PowerPoint in a meeting. That's just the way it's supposed to be, right? Do you think that's true?
You know, PowerPoint itself doesn't suck. The people who use it do. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I mean, if you're still using the twisty, spinning, cutesy graphics to illustrate your point, you're missing it. You need to illustrate the point. The meeting is about you. You're the facilitator. People use PowerPoint as an absolute crutch, and you know, turning your back and reading slides, it just doesn't work anymore, and it puts people in a brain dead kind of thing where they're done. They're cashed out for the day.
What are some other things that I need to think about if I'm the presenter of a meeting? I know ums and ahs, and I know so many people I've sat through meetings, and I just want to say, what is your point? You know, you don't seem prepared. Is that a big one for you?
You know, I call it the snooze factor. How you calculate your total Z's is you count up how many ums, ahs that person presents to you. But no, it's a stall factor is what it is, and people don't realize they're doing it. But when you really have someone count up how many ums you said in a presentation, it is staggering to have someone do that for you.
It is. Now, the book's coming out when?
April 19th in stores around the world.
I think this is just a fabulous idea, and hopefully the movement's going to take off and you're going to transform the universe. We'll all be thanking you.
I look forward to that happening.
Jon Petz, thanks for being with us.
Pleasure.
And good luck with the book.
Thank you very much.
Again, Jon Petz's book, Boring Meetings Suck, launches April 19th, and you can currently pre-order it on Amazon.com or learn more about the publisher's website and go to the publisher's website. That's Wiley.com. For more of Jon's ideas, the things we discussed on Ohio & Company today, you can log on to jonpetz.com. Still to come on Ohio.